Hey folks, we're going to be reading Langston Hughes once again. Let's jump into it. This is called Graduation by Langston Hughes. Cinnamon in rayon, jet in coconut eyes, Mary Lulu Jackson smooths the skirt at her thighs. Mama Portly Oven brings remainders from the kitchen, where all the people were icebergs, wrapped in checks and wealthy. Diploma in its new frame, Mary Lulu Jackson, eating chicken, tells her mama that she's a typist. And the clicking of the keys will spell the name of a job in a fine office far removed from the basic oven, cook stoves, and icebergs kitchen. Mama says, praise Jesus. Until then, I'll bring home chicken. The diploma bursts from the frame to scatter stardust in their eyes. Mama says, praise Jesus. The colored race will rise. Mama says, praise Jesus. Then she's tired. She sighs. Let's read that again. I like that. Graduation by Langston Hughes. Cinnamon in rayon, jet in coconut eyes, Mary Lulu Jackson smooths the skirt at her thighs. Mama Portly Oven brings remainders from the kitchen, where the people all are icebergs, wrapped in checks and wealthy. Diploma in its new frame, Mary Lulu Jackson, eating chicken, tells her mother that she's a typist, and the clicking of the keys will spell the name of a job in a fine office far removed from the basic oven, cook stoves, and icebergs kitchen. Mama says, praise Jesus. Until then, I'll bring home chicken. The diploma bursts its frame to scatter stardust in their eyes. Mama says, praise Jesus. The colored race will rise. Mama says, praise Jesus. Then, because she's tired, she sighs. If I can get some interpretation on that, please leave it below, because I am curious. I think I have a meaning, but I don't want to just say anything, you know what I mean? Alright, let's do another one. This one is called Who But the Lord? I looked and I saw that man they call the law. He was coming down the street at me. I had visions in my head of being laid out cold and dead, or else murdered by the third degree. I said, oh Lord, if you can, save me from that man. Don't let him make a pulp out of me. But the Lord was not quick. The law raised up his stick and beat the ever-living hell out of me. Now I do not understand why God didn't protect a man from police brutality. Being poor and black, I have no weapon to strike back. So who but the Lord can protect me? We'll see. Now, this poem is very important because this was written in a time where, during Jim Crow and segregation, maybe even before that, and this stuff still happens. I fear the police. They can literally do anything they want to you. So that's that's the fear, and God can't protect them from the police. So who's policing the police to protect the police from protect people from police brutality? You know what I mean? It's really a scary ordeal when you see a police officer coming down the street trying to talk to you about something you probably have no idea about. But I'll get off my soapbox. Let's read another one. Freedom Train. I read in the papers about the Freedom Train. I heard on the radio about the Freedom Train. I've seen folks talking about the Freedom Train. Lord, I've been waiting for the Freedom Train. Down south in Dixie, only trains I sees got a Jim Crow char set aside for me. I hope there ain't no Jim Crow on the freedom train. No backdoor entrance to the freedom train. No signs for colored on the freedom train. No white folks only on the freedom train. I'm gonna check up on this freedom train. Who's the engineer on the freedom train? Can a cold black man drive the freedom train? Or am I still a porter on the freedom train? Is there ballot boxes on the freedom train? When it does stop in Mississippi, will it be made plain everyone's got a right to board the freedom train? Somebody tell me about this freedom train. The Birmingham station marked colored and white. The white folks go left and the colors go right. They even got a segregated lane. Is that the way to get aboard the freedom train? I got to know about this freedom train. If my children ask me, Daddy, please explain why there's Jim Crow stations for the freedom train. What shall I tell my children? You tell me, because the freedom train ain't freedom when a man ain't free. But maybe they explains it on the freedom train. When my grandmother in Atlanta, 83 and black, gets in line to see freedom, will some white man yell, "Go get back, a Negro's got no business on the freedom train, freedom track"? Mister, I thought we were on the freedom train. Her grandson's name was Jimmy. He died at Anzio. He died for real. It wasn't no show. The freedom that they carrying on the freedom train, is it for real or just a show again? Jimmy wants to know about the freedom train. Will his freedom train come zooming down the track, gleaming in the sunlight for white and black, not stopping at no stations marked colored nor white, just stopping in the fields in the broad daylight, stopping in the country in the wide open air where there never was no Jim Crow signs anywhere, not welcoming committees or politicians of note, no mayors and such for colored who can't vote, and nary a sign of a colored line. For the freedom train will be yours and mine. Then maybe from their graves at Anzio, the GIs who fought will say, "We wanted it so." Black men and white will say, "Ain't it fine? At home they got a train that's yours and mine." Now shout glory for the freedom train. I'll holler, blow your whistle, freedom train. Thank God Almighty, here's the freedom train. Get on board our freedom train. That's fire, I like that one. Yeah, but we're gonna leave it there. And thank you for joining me once again as we read more Langston Hughes. We're gonna do it again soon.